Let's begin the ceremonial lamp lighting. May I invite our dignitaries on stage. Professor Navakanta, Dean, Division of Interdisciplinary Sciences, IISc. Professor Sathees, Dean, Division of Biological Sciences, IISc. Dr. Aravind, Director and Chief Diabetologist, Icon Hospital and Treat DM Lead. And Professor Deepak, Convener Longevity India, Department of Development Biology and Genetics, IISc. We'll begin the lamp lighting. Thank you to our dignitaries to begin the conference in such a auspicious way. Now, I would like to invite Professor Navakanta to share a few words.
A very good morning and warm welcome to all the delegates. I understand the delegates are here from all across the world, and it's indeed a real representation of international fora for the cherished dream of longevity. Longevity India initiative has been spearheaded by Professor Deepak Saini and his team of many other faculty colleagues. And I'm very glad to note that in a very short span of just about a couple of years, it has grown leaps and bounds. And one of their flagship study, Bharat study, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of deliberation about that, is really to understand the aging phenomenon across the country, because India itself is very, very heterogeneous. We often say India is like Europe because every state in India is like a country in Europe, both in terms of geography as well in terms of the heterogeneity in the population. And it's very apt that, Professor Deepak and his colleagues have initiated this study. This is going to be a longitudinal study, which will look at all aspects, I understand. One, of course, is environmental variables and also the multi-omics, right? Both nature and nurture in the context of healthy aging. So I hope that this study and this conclave, which is, of course, the part of the Longevity India initiative, this has now become a flagship conference of this initiative. I think this is now an annual conference also, right? Or is it still a biannual conference? Okay, okay. But very soon, I think, the way it's growing and its popularity is growing, I think, this will provide an excellent forum for all of us to come together and really debate about not just adding numbers to our years, but also ensuring that, the aging is also very healthy, which of course requires, all stakeholders to come together, practicing clinicians, basic scientists, technologists, to come up with understanding of aging and also coming up with right interventions to ensure that when we sort of tip over the homeostasis and, get into the not so, nice conditions of diseases, we sort of, come back to the healthy aging process, right? I think that's the goal of this whole initiative, and I hope that all of you will have very engaging discussions in the next 2 days, and I also hope that you will have an opportunity to also visit the campus. Indian Institute of Science, for those of you who are coming for the first time, is the oldest institute in the country, is a beacon of science and engineering in this country. IISc is also called as the mother of institutes, has created many, many initiatives and institutes in this country. So please do take some time off. It's also a very green, eco-friendly campus. Visit this campus, visit the labs, and build a lot more engaging collaborations for the years to come. Thank you and best wishes.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. I now invite Professor Sathees to the dais to address us.
Good morning to all distinguished guests, industry partners, colleagues, students, and other participants. It's a privilege to be part of this inaugural program of Longevity India Initiative, a timely and visionary effort that reflects India's growing scientific engagement with healthy aging. I congratulate all the organizers, including, of course, Deepak, for bringing together diverse minds to address one of the most important challenges of our time, not only how to extend lifespan, but how to extend the health span, the years of life lived in good health and productivity. The Longevity India Initiative is especially exciting because it brings together biology, medicine, data science, engineering, and clinical research in a truly interdisciplinary framework. Its focus on aging in Indian context through Bharat Study and the ICMR-supported Center for Advanced Research in Aging offers an important opportunity to understand how metabolic remodeling shapes health and aging, and how Indian Institute of Science can contribute through deep biological insights, interdisciplinary expertise, and technological innovation. At the IIC, particularly within Division of Biological Science, we are fortunate to have a vibrant ecosystem that supports research in human health and aging. Faculties from 6 departments of biological sciences work across areas such as molecular biology, genetics, cell biology, developmental biology, microbiology, immunology, neuroscience, structural biology, systems biology, computational biology, ecology, evolutionary biology, creating a broad base for tackling such complex biological questions. IC Biological Science has made important contribution to healthy aging research through work on metabolic rewiring, gene repair, epigenetics, genome stability, stem cells, neurodegeneration, and so on. One of ISC's greatest strengths is its collaborative environment, as just mentioned by Professor Navakanta, where biological sciences integrate seamlessly with engineering, AI, material science, chemistry, physics, and clinical medicine. This convergence will be essential for tackling healthy aging in depth, precision, and translational impact. We do have a world-class central animal facility which further strengthens this ecosystem by providing essential infrastructure for in vivo animal studies, enabling research in aging and translational biology. I would also like to emphasize the deepening partnership between IIC and clinical medicine through the upcoming IIC Medical Hospital. The proposed Bakshi Parthasarathi Hospital create a historic opportunity to bring together advanced science, patient care, clinical training, and translational research under one vision. For longevity science, this integration is especially invaluable as it will help bridge laboratory discovery with clinical applications. RISE 2026 provide a timely opportunity to bring together scientists, clinicians, innovators, entrepreneurs, policymakers, and students to exchange ideas, build collaborations, and explore emerging opportunities in longevity research. I hope the discussions over the coming days will inspire new partnerships, innovative research directions, and translational approaches that ultimately contribute to healthier lives for society. As we inaugurate this program today, I encourage all participants, particularly young researchers, to engage actively, ask questions, challenge existing norms, ideas, and seek collaboration across disciplines. Again, I applaud the organizers for their vision, dedication, and hard work in bringing together this excellent program. And I also thank all the distinguished speakers and participants for contributing their expertise and enthusiasm. On behalf of Division of Biological Sciences, Indian Institute of Science, I would like to thank all the organizers again, and I wish RISE 2026 every success and hope that it serves as a catalyst for transformative discoveries in the science of longevity. And thank you, and I wish you all a productive conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your address. Joining us online, now we have Dr. M. Srinivas, member Niti Aayog and former director of AIIMS Delhi, who would like to say a few words.
Professor Navakanta Bhat ji, Professor Sathees C. Raghavan, and Professor Deepak Saini, all the delegates from India and abroad. I'm sorry I could not join you, but the director in Indian Institute of Science always says that I'm a well, we are all aware of the democratic transition, which are happening in our country. Advances in the health, sanitation, nutrition, sanitation, a lot of things which have made us be proud that our life expectancy has increased in our country. And there are initiatives from the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India also, Ayushman Bharat, and recently we had enrollment of the senior citizens also into the scheme, National Health Mission, and of course we have the Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, which is the anchoring thing for the digital well-being. As we aspire towards the Viksit Bharat 2047, and it's time that we reimagine, relook, and redefine ourselves that, are we aiming to live longer or are we aiming to live healthier and longer as well? That is something which all the delegates and the experts who are sitting there, they need to do the chintan and manthan and then say that, this is a thing which the country needs. The various studies, the studies from the LASI and everybody has said that, the predictions and the projections for 2047, 2050 for us, and what is the problems and the issues which we are going to have with respect to the aging, with respect to the disease burden in the aging population, with respect to the various lifestyle disorders which are going to be there. Just to say the issues of the diabetes, hypertension, cancers, and all that. And the most important thing is that are we making our the old people to live independently, think independently, live independently, functionally independent, mobility, without any of those issues. That is something which the experts will definitely look into that. And my humble request to you is that, please focus on the strong preventive strategies, because it is something which we want. The concept of we have with me the team which has been reinforcing me before the discussions and the speech from my side, that sir, please speak about wellness more than the illness. That is something which we have to focus upon. So we have to focus upon how do we keep these people healthy living, rather than just expanding and extending the life expectancy and all that. And the interventions, my team said that, can you reinforce the fact that can we have the interventions before the disease set in, before the person actually becomes, physically, mentally, or, mobility wise becomes an issue and gets into the diseases, rather than prevent those diseases and then give that component of wellness so that they age healthy, they remain healthy and they age healthy, and then they live healthy, and they continue to be healthy lifespan rather than just the lifespan. And I'm very happy that Dr. Saini has taken up the metabolic health, and he has been a champion. I've seen him from the days of All India's Medical Sciences, New Delhi, when we were together here in AIIMS, New Delhi. And it is something which is very important, and it's very aptly taken at the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, because it has that all the ecosystem of doing right from the basic sciences to the artificial intelligence at the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. The other thing which we wanted to share with you is the lifestyle disorders, and which are increasing in our country. And then we should see to it that the people who are going to age will not have those issues. Even if they will have a good control of those issues with respect to the various diseases. And it's also important that we have been seeing the kind of substance abuse, the tobacco consumption, alcohol and other things. That also needs to be looked into that. And a good complement of lifestyles, yoga, meditation, nutrition, diet, keeping away from the substances and all that. And then keeping very robust health. The physiology should be so robust that the aging will be seamlessly ending up into long lifespan without any of those issues happening. That's most important thing is physiological resilience. I'm sure Dr. Saini always champions about physiological resilience and the functional resilience, so that the functional ability is maintained, functional mobility is maintained. And we have seen in the West, the aging is synonymous with the dementia and all those issues of the brain. If the physiology is robust and resilience, I think the issues of the brain also will be delayed. They will be in a better position to control themselves, not only physically, mentally, socially, and then they will be productive to the themselves and to the family and to the society and to the nation. And people are talking about economy of the scale with respect to the care for these people, and also how they will be useful to the society. I think it's very important that when we extend our lifespan, when we give the healthy lifespan to them, there is enough evidence and then opportunities for the people to be productive and give back to themselves and to the families and society. And that's something which we need to look into both sides, the economy of caring them and the economy which will be there from that side to add as a financial component to the building the families and societies. And I'm very happy that today all the sectors are converging in the conference, health sector, social justice, housing, urban development, finance, skill development, and all that, basically looking at how we can change our home-based and community-based care, and the whole of the science, this thing, because Indian Institute of Science is the institution which has all the ecosystem, basic sciences to the artificial intelligence. That approach, if we can add an approach of the whole of the society, include all those sectors, whole of the government approach, which is, that's what we are driving from the Delhi side. So this is something which is very heartening. And I'm very happy that interdisciplinary research is going to be enhanced and evidence is going to be generated, so that, evidence-based medicine, precision medicine, policy making, from our side, that will be the thing which is going to come from your side. And I'm very happy that this theme of this has been very timely and apt, and it is aspirational to reimagine aging through the science and innovation. integrate the research and bring that research into evidence and then come back to us and then say that this is the policy, this is the advocacy, this is the guidelines, this is the protocols, these are the interventions which we need to do it from the government side. And I congratulate the Indian Institute of Science and Dr. Professor Deepak Saini. Let us help us, let us rise, the component which I see here is rise. Let us rise together from the basic science to the technology and the artificial intelligence, get the whole of the government approach, get all the sectors into it, and then say that we are here, committed here to see to it that in our country, the people will age healthy, remain healthy, and be productive to society so that we are part and parcel of building the nation and the Viksit Bharat of 2047. Thank you very much. Over to the organizers.
Thank you, sir, for your inspirational words. I would now like to invite Dr. Aravind, Treat DM lead, to share his thoughts.
Thank you, and good morning to all of you, and respected Dr. Navakanta Bhat, Deepak, and Dr. Satheesh. That was a brilliant lecture given by Dr. Srinivas. I am Dr. Aravind, and many of you will not know me, and I am the odd man out in this conference. Basically, I've been a clinician for the last 40 years, 37 years in the field of diabetes, and now, of course, the metabolic diseases. In short, diabetologists take away sweetness and charge for it. So, short introduction, we take away sweetness and charge for it. Thanks, Deepak, for putting me onto the stage, because it's the association with the Longevity India that gave us an opportunity to bring the Treat TM together. And now that I know Deepak very well, even if this speech of mine gets messed up, I have a long time to go back and reshape my lecture, so I don't worry about that. Thank you so very much. It was almost 10 years ago, we were having meetings with the American Diabetic Association in Bangalore with our group Primer and Cure Trust. It was then that Dr. Rohit Kulkarni, who is also here today, who is a professor at Harvard, a trained endocrinologist, moves into basic scientists and settles in US at the most prestigious Joslins Hospital. He kept telling us, you need to bring basic science. There are too many clinical topics that are being discussed in your meetings. And it was about 3-4 years ago that we met Nikhil Gandasi and then went on to meet Dr. Navakanta Bhat. And then we had meetings at Sheraton with the International Diabetic Federation. And then we tried to involve the basic scientists from IISc. For a clinician to actually come in touch with basic scientists, the techies, and the people from the engineering field was very, very different for me. We always think that we clinicians are the greatest, but I realize that unless we come together and work together, we are not going to achieve anything, especially like a country like India. I think we need to have scalable solutions, right? So we came together, and for me, it was a very difficult phase to understand what is happening in the biological sciences, Satheesh, I must admit, because I always thought that these scientists are eavesdropping on the cells like James Bond, trying to decode what these genes are talking. I don't understand two things, Generation Z and Gene Zs. Okay. I always had this problem. So I learned from Deepak, okay? Wordplay, Deepak, I know you are the master. So it was a difficult phase. And then whenever I met the engineer scientists, especially from Navakanta Bhat's department, his students, and the people who are working with the clinicians, it was also difficult because you ask them, shall we go have a cup of coffee? Then the first thing they say is, can I write an algorithm for caffeine? Okay. So I'm honored that I'm here in this particular group. I may be an odd man out, but I'm trying to now mix with this group. After 2 days of Longevity India's RISE meeting, we have now clubbed it with Treat DM, where the translational research is going to come together with the clinical aspects. So I request all of you to be there in huge numbers. The registration is absolutely free. In fact, your RISE will give you registration for Treat DM also. So with that, I just would like to hand over a small memento to the people on the dais, and I request Dr. Rohit Kulkarni and Dr. Sanjay Reddy, who is the organizing secretary for Treat DM, and Dr. Rohit Kulkarni, professor from Harvard, who will also be speaking in several meetings because he's the one who gets the group. And it's a small token of our appreciation. Thanks, IISc, for allowing us to be a part of your meeting. Thanks, Deepak. Thanks, Dr. Navakanta Bhat. Thanks, Dr. Satheesh. It's a very small thing. I think Nikhil, who has been with us, his entire team, I must say, in the last 2 years, we have started taking a lot of interest in basic science, and then we are actually aligning with the biological sciences department to do something very different and very crazy. We don't know what's going to happen, but we have been trying to estimate GLP-1 levels. We are trying to estimate the VEGF level in teardrops and things like that. So I'm sure one day Nikhil, we call Nikhil, but I think Nikhil is not there. Yeah, Nikhil, you have been a part of the Treat DM. Please accept it. I did not come with a written speech today because I want this prepared speech to wait till the day I hear an IISc student or an IISc faculty gets the Nobel Prize. And that day when we celebrate, I will have a fully drafted speech written and spoken. Thank you so very much for this opportunity. Thank you, Deepak.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Now I would like to take a moment to express our sincere gratitude to all the esteemed dignitaries who have joined us today